Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. I'm Tigo. Now, I try to bring in unique entrepreneurs, expert entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs that specialize in a little bit of this, a lot of that. Well, today is definitely a lot of that. Rhino Julie's coming back to the set. She's going to tell us about this really cool program that she's starting. And I'm a little nervous because if it's as good as I'm hearing on the street, I might have to jump in too. So sit right there. We'll be right back. Hey, Rhino Julie, welcome to the show.
Let's do this, Tino. I'm ready.
Man, I love it when you come on and sit down with us. We always have a good old time. And you've got major stuff going on. I mean, this isn't just come on and hang out. This is like, boom. I mean, you even told me that it's so big that even your parents are talking about doing it. This is huge. Now, before we get there, we're going to stop for a second. I got to ask now, you just did your summit. I did mine. We got to give an update on the summit. How did it go? Did you enjoy it? Was it what you expected?
Oh man, it was amazing. I went in saying I'm going to interview 27 super successful people and I'm going to find out what the secrets to their success are. And then every single one of them said very similar things. And the root of their success ended up being getting healthy so that they could go and conquer their dreams and make their lives as amazing as possible. And I was like, wait. I'm looking for these other secrets, not the thing that I've been working on for 16 years, not the thing that I've dedicated my life to. Okay, you know what, Rhino Julie, take a step back. You don't need to be in all these other arenas. You need to do what you do best, and that's help people get healthy and lose weight long term. So it was really cool to do the summit just to realize that I have been doing what I was meant to do my whole life. It felt so good. And then all of a sudden, it just hit me doing this virtual summit and talking to all these people virtually and making connections like this and realizing it was possible to make connections online and it was possible to make a difference online. I was like, oh, I need something that's online, something that's super crazy affordable. I don't care what people tell me about what I need to charge. I wanted something affordable, something that my parents could do, something that if my grandpa would have done it, then he wouldn't have died of diabetes when he did, right? My grandpa could do this. And it had to be something that people would want to do, something that people would stick to. It had to be something that didn't take away people's family meal times and their favorite recipes and didn't take away their lives and their lifestyle, like something that gave them hope. And we've done it. We've done it. It's happening. It's live. It's going. And I couldn't be more proud and excited about it.
Okay, so what is it? What is it?
All right, so it's Rhino 11, and it's called Rhino 11, like 911. You call 911 when you have an emergency, but you call Rhino 11 when you've been gaining and losing weight your entire life and you're frustrated and you're sick and you're tired of your doctor giving you more pills and you're like, man, I could be off these pills if I was just able to take care of my health. But then you go to these health and gurus who put you on super strict things, or they sell you a bunch of supplements and a bunch of nonsense, and you do it for 2 days and then it ends up in the trash, right? So I have developed something where we work on gradual habit change, and it's all about the community. It's online. It's about the community. It's gradual habit change, one action step that you commit to at a time. And as a group, we hold each other accountable. Every week we learn something and we pick our one habit that we can do, our one action step we can do. And the idea is you stay in this program long enough and it will make all of your health and fitness dreams come true. And it's the long game and it's the fun game and it's the Rhino 11 game.
Wait. Hold on. Time out. You created a program that will basically get me, because I'm not going to sit here and not pretend like I'm dang near 200 pounds, will basically get me out of my bad habits and like into good habits. Is that what I'm hearing?
Without telling you, you will never hear me tell you, Tigo, that you can't have something or you need to restrict yourself. That's the beauty of this, because I know my dad, I hate to rat him out, but he wakes up in the middle of the night to either eat Cocoa Puffs or peanut butter on bread, or he eats potato chips with cream cheese, and I love him and I take after him, and I am never going to tell him he can't have those things. That's the beauty of this program, is that it's gradual habit change, one thing at a time, and you end up rewiring your brain to where you seek out the healthy things, but it just becomes your happy life, and you still have the fun things, okay? Still have them.
Wait. Okay. See, I'm excited, and I'm a little scared, but I'm excited. So you're saying, I'll get this right, gradual changes that can literally change my life in a positive way without restricting, that four-letter word diet, without restricting. And you're never going to tell me I can't have a sliced peanut butter or bread on peanut. No, even your dad can have his and be, yes.
Yes.
And we're still going to find our way back to happy, healthy.
Yes. Diet has the word die in it.
Yeah.
Because some of our happiness dies when we try. I always make the joke that I went on a diet once for 4 hours and it was the worst 4 hours of my life, except it's kind of true.
Okay, we have to face the music here. We have to face the music, because I know people are watching right now and they're going, well, yeah, she can talk about health and wellness. She can talk about fitness. She's been doing it for over half of her life. So of course she can do it. She's never been overweight. She's never had an eating problem. She doesn't know anything about this. So yeah, it's easy to sit over there and say jump in the deep end when you're a lifeguard, but what do you know about dieting?
So 16 years ago, I was 65 pounds heavier, but it's way worse than that. I hit a low point in my life. I always rate myself in 10 different areas of my life, and it has to do with relationships, family, finances. And I was at the lowest point I've ever been in my life. 9 out of 10 of those things were just absolutely miserable. And I had this little print mailing business, and I remembered trying to get dressed for this one client meeting, and I just didn't want to go, couldn't find anything to wear. And I had, the top of my skirt had to be open. So I had to wear a jacket, even though it was hot inside. And I just remember going in that meeting and just sitting there and feeling so bad about myself. I could barely concentrate on what my client was saying. I could barely make the plan. It was just excruciating. And at that low point, I said, I am going to lose this weight once and for all, because I can't live like this. Like, if this is what the rest of my life is going to be like, no, I'm not in for that. But at the time, strangely enough, like in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm still not going to diet. I don't know. I was going to figure it out without dieting. But anyways, I went to this doctor, and it was we're in Las Vegas, and it's down on Eastern, and there are these houses that have been renovated into offices. And I went into this little office, and I just remember he's like, okay, the commercial that I heard that made me go in to see him said that you were going to lose weight or your money back. And it was $500. And of course you were going to lose weight. He had me eating like this much chicken breast, tiny little vegetables, like barely anything. And so of course I lost weight. And then of course I gained it back. And then I went and saw another doctor. And this doctor was like, well, ma'am, you produce too much cortisol, your adrenals don't work properly, and you have 20% of the energy levels of a normal human being. So it's going to be really hard for you to lose weight. And I was just devastated. Like, when you're told like something that you already struggle with, oh yeah, ma'am, you're going to have a hard time with that. And so, what happens, and nothing against doctors, man, they have such a tough time. But you don't go to a doctor to help you with this stuff. Like, you get it approved to go to see a nutritionist like for this stuff. Like, that's right. You just come to me, actually. Get it approved by your doctor. Hey, can I go see a nutritionist and get on a plan? And then they say yes, and then you come see me. But I just remember being given a bunch of supplements and paying a bunch of money per month for things that were supposed to kind of help, but good luck. And I just quit my print mailing business and threw myself into figuring this out once and for all. Right? And so I started I started the outdoor boot camp Las Vegas. It was the first outdoor boot camp of its kind in 2004. And I wore a little hat and a little camo outfit, and I was overweight, and I was like drill instructing people because I didn't want to start with dieting. I wanted to start with fitness. And I was like, well, if I work out 2 to 4 hours a day, that's got to work. And so that was the start of the journey. And then the journey continues with me gaining and losing. So I lost the weight, but then I would gain it, and then I would lose it, and then I would gain it. And 95% of the people who lose weight end up gaining it back eventually. Within 3 years, 80% gain it back within 1 year. And I was that statistic over and over and over. And then finally, Tigo, 16 years, over 40,000 people have come through my gym at this point. I have tried just about everything. And I finally figured it out. And it was not what I thought it was going to be. We think that we have to go be strict. We think that we have to have this miracle cure.
Yeah.
The answer is really just simple, but you still need some guidance and some accountability and some help. But it's a gradual thing that you commit to, and it's the Rhino 1-1 program. So I built it off of all of those experiences and off of my own misery, and I'm hoping it'll change the world.
Okay, so now what is the question? The question I want to ask is, what's the restriction? Like, can you be too young? Can you be too old? Can you be too overweight where you're not able to really even move anymore? Because, I tell the story all the time. When I walked into my boxing gym, I went in with 2 canes and could barely walk. And I still remember, to this day, my coach said, hey, we're going to start you from the ground up. So you're going to get on the floor. And then, I'm just going to show you floor exercise, just get you stronger so you can get off these canes. Forget boxing. Just do that. And I looked at that floor. And when I tell you, Julie, that floor looked like it was 1.5 miles down. And I literally pointed at it and said, that floor, you want me on that floor. And I said, and how do I get up? And he said, that's my job. And for the first 2 months, this man was helping me down, helping me up. And the first time I did put on the gloves and box, I did maybe 10 punches and really thought I did something. And he was like, why are you stopping? I'm like, I'm trying to breathe. Really? It was crazy to going to my 55th birthday a couple of years ago. And we did the 10,000 punch challenge. And me and my team, we individually punched 10,000 punches. And no, we didn't make that up. We actually have counters for the gloves, and our captains had counters in. And I had a counter in because it was my birthday. So I had to do 10,000. And the machine stopped because the coach wanted to go further, but the machine doesn't go higher than 10,000. So we had to stop. But that's how far it came. Now, when somebody's at home right now and they're where I was, diabetic, high blood pressure, cholesterol, what's that? On 2 canes, can't really, going up the stairs to go to bed is something you plan. Well, it's 9:30. If I want to go to bed by 10, I better start planning on how I'm going to get up these stairs. It's something that you plan. Now, if I had come to you then, could I do this program, or was I too far gone?
Oh, no, that would have been the perfect time to come to me, the absolute perfect time, because the beauty of this is a lot of it really is nutrition, but we also tackle some other subjects such as sleep and stress. And then the exercise part of it, if you can move anything, that's what we move. So I'm dealing with an injury right now, and I have to be in my seat. I had a massive dog bite. And so
yeah, I refuse to look at the video.
I have my little weights, right? And I have my little chair routine, and I do my little chair routine with my little weights. And it's because that's what I can move. And so whatever you can move without pain, I'm going to help you figure out how to move that without pain. But the biggest thing is that you can't be impatient. The people that this program is not for is anybody who is impatient and wants to see something ridiculous right now, and it is not willing to be patient with themselves, give themselves some grace, and take the time that's needed to get there. Because I promised long-term habit change, long-term weight loss, long-term health. And the only way I can deliver on that is if each week we work on that one action step and it becomes a habit that you want to carry on for the rest of your life. So that means we have to choose the right one. It has to be something you can do, something you want to do, something that you will be able to do, and it has to give you results. And so I help you with that. And each person's journey is very different. But I can't help the impatient people who don't want to learn. Like, the only thing I am selling is information and accountability and gradual habit change. So I have no agenda. And that's what you'll find out there is there's a lot of agendas. There's a lot of supplements to be pushed. And you don't have that. You have a place that you can trust where you can ask about the latest diet craze fad thing, and I'll give you a straight answer. And it's also a place where there is no like bad food. Food is just, for energy. It's not supposed to be something that's labeled bad. Like, we get so many things in our head that keep us from having long-term progress. And I just love to help people crash down all of those barriers, figure out a daily routine that you can do, that you're excited about doing, and continue to work on that until you get off your medications and until you really start to get stronger. And, you'll see the weight loss pretty early on. Like, you'd be surprised how one change can make a giant difference there because you stick to it. So I'm just excited.
Awesome.
This is what I wish I would have had. It's what my parents need. It's what my grandparents needed. It's what my nieces need,
Okay, so I'm hearing what you're saying, and I trust you because you're my friend. So I believe you, but it's like going against everything we've ever been taught. You're saying no diet. You're saying education.
Yes.
Basically, education and movement is key. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. And you know why you haven't heard it before? Because it's a whole lot harder to sell. It is so much easier for me to say, Tigo, I have this magic thing, and look at Susie. She dropped 50 pounds eating only cucumbers and drinking only water. Well, of course she did, first of all. But how about Susie a year from now when she gains all that weight back?
But this show goes out all over the world. It goes out all over Europe, all over America. Can they do it anywhere? I mean, I happen to be in Vegas. You're in Vegas. But can they do it anywhere?
Anywhere in the entire world, from your home, from your phone, you can do it. And that is the beauty of it. It gets me so excited. I can't wait to make friends all over the world. How fun is that going to be? And then when we do events, of course, they get to come to Vegas, right? For their Rhino event, they have to come.
Yeah.
Come to Vegas.
Yeah. So, okay, you said affordable.
Yes.
And you said weekly. I heard the word weekly go by there.
Yeah.
So what are they doing every week? And what do you consider affordable?
So I would love to give your listeners the first week free. That would be amazing.
Ooh.
Yes. And in that free week, you get access to your course. So that's the first thing that happens. You sign up for your free week, you get access to your course. And the course starts with your first week of learning. And the first week is a little bit longer because there's a little more stuff in there. And then after you go through the course materials, you figure out all of the different possible action steps that you could commit to for that week. And then we get on live together inside our online group, and I help you pick just one out of all of those that you wrote down. And then each week we get together and we pick a new action step and hold each other accountable for the action step the week before. After the first week, it's only $9, $9 US per week. So that's the affordable part. Really, really affordable. I was just like,
what? $9?
Well, what I wanted my
So you got to buy like 100 weeks in a pack or something? I mean, $9?
No, you can cancel anytime. You can get the first week of information and fun and then cancel if you want. And I hope it changes your life. But this is my legacy project. This is how I hope to impact the world. And if teachers can't afford it, and people who, work at the grocery store, and people who own businesses and are entrepreneurs or are doctors, this needs to be affordable for everybody.
So what's the catch? Do they have to pay a bunch of weeks in advance? Do they have to order certain equipment? Can they only buy, you said there's no pills, there's no shake. So what's the catch?
I think the only catch is that you can't be impatient. You have to watch the videos. You have to choose your action step. You have to stick to that one action step and not try to go crazy. And you just have to say, my name is Rhino Julie and I'm playing the long game. You stick your name in there. You have to say, it's taken me my entire life to get to this amount of, wherever you're at, unhealthy or overweight. And you have to say, I am going to commit the rest of my life to this. And it's not going to take you the rest of your life. You give me 6 months to a year with you. Oh, I'm going to have you just ticking along with your new life. It's going to be so beautiful. But there's really no catch. I do hope that you get so addicted to the community that you stay forever. That might be a catch.
Okay, so we're in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to use Vegas terminology and call your bet. Okay, you're saying no catch, $9 a week, stick with you for 6 months to a year, and you're going to change our lives, right?
Yes.
So I'm going all in. I'm pushing in my chips. I'm going to sign up, and we're going to do this. I'm going to get my wife to do it too. We're going to do this. We're going to commit a year to it. Okay. And then I'm going to share with everybody, you guys out there watching, I'm going to share with you, let you know where I'm at. And if it turns out that it's right, which I know it is, because Julie would never, tell us something that she didn't believe in, didn't trust. I wouldn't have her on the show if I didn't believe her, if I didn't trust her. Let's put it that way. So I know it's right, but you guys can watch me. You can watch me do this. And if I'm eating a building because I can't find what I want to eat, y'all gonna know about it. If I hate it, you're gonna know about it. If I love it, you're gonna know about it. And every so often, we're gonna come back and have Julie come on and do some updates and see how other people are doing. And I want to do it. I'm all in, Julie. I'm all in. Here we go. Week 1, let's go. I'm in.
Let's do it. Oh, I'm so excited. So will I get to check in with you every single week?
You can check in with me and we'll drop it in on the live streams and hey, I got an idea. Come write an article on the magazine. We just dropped the magazine. So come write an article on the magazine. We'll have you drop it on the show sometimes, into the live stream sometimes. Come write an article on the magazine. I'll do my postings, and this is what's going on this week, guys. And I'm still surviving, and it's not a diet. I'll do my postings. I'm sure my wife will jump in too. Come on. Let's go. If I had chips, everybody knows I don't gamble, but if I had chips, you would see me pushing them onto the table right now because I want to see it. I've been waiting all my life for somebody to say what you just said. There's an answer for this thing called, being unhealthy. I know that, I was unhealthy. I'm much healthier now than I was before I dropped the 75 pounds. But I know that I have a long way to go because I don't take care of my nutrition the way I should. I mean, I don't drink sodas. I'm not an alcohol person. I don't drug, but there's more that can be done. So put your money where your mouth is, as my dad would say. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to do it in public so people can watch and track. And if I'm doing it out there, you guys come on and do this with me. Let's get a team going or something, because you have like a private Facebook group or something too, right? For people to communicate.
Yes.
How do people connect with each other?
Yes, they communicate in a private Facebook group. I'm going to get my mom a little Facebook account just for this group. And I'm going to tell her, hey, stay off the rest of it. Okay. It's just for this little group. And everyone inside the group, they are going towards the same goals. They want to lose weight. They want to keep it off long term. They want to be healthy enough to chase after their grandkids or their grand dogs when they're 80, 90, and 100. That is the goal right there.
Well, it's always fun to have you on the show. I learn so much every time you're here. This is amazing. Let's tell them again the name of the program, where they can find it. I've been running it on the bottom third as we've been talking anyway, but some people are listening. They're listening on iHeart. They're listening on other podcast platforms. So let's tell them where to find you.
So it is rhino11.com. That's RHINO11.com. You can get your free week there. And my money's on you too, Tigo. My money's on you, girl.
Well, we're going to see how this goes. I thank you so much for being on. Woo, you guys watch because I'm ready to start week 1. I don't even know what I'm jumping into, but hey, I learned how to swim by jumping in the deep end. Why should I stop now? So stay tuned. Rhino Julie's not that far away. Heck, she lives in the same town, so I'll go find her if we don't find her online. We're going to keep this going and see what happens. I thank you so much for being on the show.
Bye, guys. Rhino tough.
I told you she had something great. I knew it. I heard it on the street. And then I opened my big mouth and said I was going to come on in too. What was I thinking? A little nervous. I forgot to ask, am I going to be sore? Is this going to hurt? I didn't ask any of that stuff. We didn't talk about the exercise. I'm going to have to get her to come back on. We're going to have to talk about that. But in the meantime, I'll keep you posted on what's going on. Rhino 11 sounds like the answer to a lot of people's questions when it comes to health and wellness. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope to see you again next week. Don't forget Monday, she'll be on the live stream. So you can ask your questions. You can ask her what you're thinking. You can ask about Rhino 11. So we'll see you Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern time, this coming Monday. If you're looking at it after December 26, 2020, if this is 2023 or something for you, look in the archives. You can see the live chat there. In the meantime, I'm Tigo, and I'll talk to you next time.